Okay, now the UK now has softened some planned changes to its controversial non-dom tax rule following concerns of a millionaire exodus. The Treasury has confirmed. This came out in CNBC. They've lost a tremendous amount of millionaires that have left the UK because of this stupid rule that's come out. They found out by trying to raise taxes, now they're actually going to lose more taxes. This is the way that liberals think. They're so stupid. But speaking at a fringe event in Davos, Finance Minister Rachel Reeves said that the government would put forward an amendment after listening to the concerns of the non-dom community. Well, duh. The changes came as new data estimates that 10,800 millionaires left the UK last year amidst a clampdown on the uber wealthy in the October budget. Now, they had this program, this non-dom program that used to be perpetual, like Ireland's got. In fact, some of these people probably left and went to Ireland because Ireland's got a great non-dom program. It doesn't have any minimum. Like the UK used to be perpetual, and they had no minimum tax that you had to pay, whether you brought money in or not, because they taxed on a remittance basis. And they had this where you could go out about 15 years and not pay any taxes at all unless you brought the money in if it was made abroad, okay? You were only taxed as you brought it in. Then they came out and they started clamping down, and they made it only for 7 years. And then the difference between the 7 and the 15 years, you had a flat amount that you had to pay in a tax, depending on what year it was that you were actually in the midst of your non-dom residency program starting out. Then they took that away to where now it's, they've stripped it away totally. And so what's happened, it was going to go into effect, I think it was around April of 2025. Most of these people have already left. They didn't want to get caught in that tax net. Some of them went probably to pure tax savings, other territorial tax system type programs. I'll tell you some countries that you can look at, and then I'm going to mention here on what they've done here, but I'll give you some alternatives, and then I'll give you an idea of what they're going to do here in the UK. If you really want to pick countries that you can bring in, that they don't have a non-dom type system, you can bring in as much as you want, income tax free, if you make it outside the country. Every country in Central America has a territorial tax system except for Mexico. Don't get residency in Mexico. They tax heavily on worldwide income. All the other countries have territorial tax systems, okay? Two I like the best are El Salvador and also Guatemala, because they not only have a territorial tax system, they also allow dual citizenship. They're the only ones that allow dual citizenship unlimited, okay? The other ones, other than Mexico does allow it too, but they tax the hell out of you. Forget Mexico. But the other ones will allow you to make as much money as you want abroad, bring it in, not be taxed on it, okay? Now, if you're making money inside those countries, they will tax you, if you have a local business or whatever. But if you got a business internationally and you make your money outside the country on investments, you can get it virtually down to zero, okay? Now, Ireland is a good option if people were living in the UK and you want to move to a place that's close by that has the same sort of tax system that the UK had actually many, many years ago. Where it was perpetual in the UK many, many years ago. They had this program, they started about 200 years ago, and now they're totally in it. But there are loads of different countries that you can move to and be totally income tax free. Now, the changes come as immense new data estimates that 10,800 millionaires left the UK last year amongst a clampdown on the uber wealthy in the October budget. Now, the UK will soften some planned changes to its controversial non-dom tax rule following concerns of a millionaire exodus. The Treasury Department had confirmed, and they're pretty concerned about this because they're seeing that a lot of this money is not going to come back. Even if they change the law, a lot of these people have left for good. Also, folks, if you can do us a big, big favor, we do not monetize our channel. It would do us a big, big favor. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. And also, if you want to get new videos like this automatically, hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen here, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And if you got an income of at least 100,000 US dollars a year net before taxes, or you got a net worth of at least 1 million US and you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, or how to get a second passport as quick as 4 to 8 months, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. Now, Britain's 200-year-old non-dom regime permits people living in the UK but who are domiciled elsewhere for tax purposes to avoid paying levies on income and capital gains on earnings overseas for up to 15 years, okay? This is the way they had it. Now, the regime has long courted controversy, leading UK Finance Minister Rachel Reeves in her October budget to confirm that it would be abolished from April 2025 and that all long-term residents would be subject to inheritance tax, the IHT, on their worldwide assets, including those held in trust. Now, speaking at a fringe event at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Reeves said that the government would soon put forward an amendment to the country's finance bill, increasing the generosity of a rule which allows non-doms to bring money to the UK without paying significant taxes. Now, she stated that we've been listening to the concerns that people have been raising by the non-dom community. She said that the Wall Street Journal's Emma Tucker, Reeves told the Wall Street Journal's Emma Tucker that when asked about recent departures of the ultra-wealthy. Now, in the finance bill, she stated that we will be tabling an amendment which makes more generous the temporary repatriation facility, which enables non-doms to bring money into the UK without paying significant taxes, she added. Now, Reeves on Thursday also sought to reassure wealthy overseas individuals and investors that the changes would not affect double taxation agreements between the UK and other countries. Now, there's been some concern from countries that have double taxation conventions with the UK, including India, that they would be drawn in to be paying an inheritance tax. That's not the case. She stated that we're not going to be changing these double taxation conventions. In a statement to CNBC, CNBC, she stated that confirming the plans that a Treasury spokesman said the tweaks were designed to motivate non-doms to bring their funds to the UK, encouraging them to spend and invest their money here. Now, this is the thing. Now they have left, okay, and they're going to end up getting a lot less tax revenue because of this. This is the type of thing in the way that liberals think. They're so stupid that they get greedy and want to start just taxing you to death. So there's people, it's very easy. You just pick up your bags. If you're not a U.S. citizen or U.S. resident, okay, well, you got a green card. It's more complicated. You're going to have to relinquish that green card and relinquish your U.S. citizenship to get around all taxes, okay? But places like the UK, places like Ireland, other countries that have high taxes that tax worldwide income if you live there, like Germany and other countries in the world, it's very easy. You just take off and leave. And there are some things that you would have to do with some countries. You would have to maybe pay an exit tax or whatever. But once you get all that out of the way, then you can live totally income tax free. And don't go back to countries that, like the UK, that are wishy-washy. They can't determine what they want to do until they lose it, okay? And it's too late now to do anything. Those people have left. A lot of them will not come back. But they were talking about here, while we do not expect these changes to impact the $33.8 billion of tax revenue that the OBR forecast to raise over 5 years, they reflect their continued engagement with stakeholders to make sure the reforms announced at budget operate as intended. If they're not concerned, why are they going to try to change this, okay? The fact is that they know they're going to end up losing a lot of tax revenue from this. Now, the government's October clampdown on non-doms formed part of wider measures aimed at the upper echelons, with new levies placed on private equity bosses, private schools, second homes, and private jets. Now, critics warned at the time that the moves would spark a mass exit of ultra-wealthy individuals, many of whom they said would be key contributors to the government's pro-investment agenda. Well, duh. I mean, that you would think anybody would know this before they come out with a stupid law like that. An estimated 10,800 millionaires left the UK last year, according to updated figures from global analytics firm New World Wealth and Investment Migration Advisors, Henley and Partners, a 157% increase on 2023. Now, most eligible high net worth taxpayers will wish to make full use of the temporary repatriation facility. We'll call this, the abbreviation is TRF, and we'll welcome the news that the scheme is to be made more attractive. Now, James Alston, he's a tax partner at Collier Bristow, said that the amendment signal on Thursday would be welcome news for high net worth taxpayers, but he questioned whether it would be enough to stem wealth outflows. Now, the government's proposed amendment to the finance bill is not a significant change to its plans, and many of the concerns about the new regime, particularly in relation to trust and IHT, remain. I don't expect this move to move the dial for most non-doms. He said by email, I think what's going to happen is once they write the check out, okay, and they start paying a lot of money to the taxman, they're going to be gone too. Okay, most of them have already left, okay, but you're going to see the rest of them just flow right out. You'll have maybe a very small people that are real high net worth stand there when they know they can just move to a different place and get their taxes to zero. And there's so many better places. Even let me just say this right here: you're a lot better off going with a territorial tax system or pure tax saving status versus a non-dom. Non-dom is better than a country that taxes you on your worldwide income, whether you admit it or not. But you're a lot better off picking territorial tax systems or pure tax saving status type countries. This is the way to do it. Now, the TRF is welcome news to the non-dom community still in the UK who may now stay a while longer, although this may only delay but not prevent their plans to leave. And for others, it may be too late to get this done. Folks, if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero or how to get a second passport as quick as 4 to 8 months, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And if you like our videos, it would help us a lot. Give us a thumbs up. It will help on the algorithm of our channel. And again, don't forget the subscribe button on the right of your screen here. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And again, our website's www.citizenshipquickly.com. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.